Hello, this is Sarah Meehan from Concentrus, and today I am here with a short and sweet video regarding localization settings, specifically on your chart of accounts. A lot of organizations have different currencies, offices in different countries, and users operating in different languages. And the localization features allow you to not only view your NetSuite instance in the language that is most appropriate for you, but also to translate all different things within your account, like item descriptions, and in this example, your chart of accounts names into the language that you have translated your environment into. So I'm going to start by setting up the localization features. This is a demo environment, so they're already set up here, but I wanted to just walk you through it to show where they're listed. So first, you'll need to go to Enable Features and find the multi-language setting. It's already checked here, but if it's not checked in your environment, you would want to check that. And then once you have that feature checked, you would be able to designate different languages that you want to have your environment localized into on the General Preferences page under the Languages tab, which only becomes available once you've enabled that feature. So at this point, there are 4 languages set up. You can add additional languages by selecting them within this dropdown and clicking Save. And I'm going to go to my Set Preferences page. And here is where I can define the localization of my environment. So I can define the language of the Help Center, which is accessible here, as well as the language of my NetSuite interface. So this would be where I would define that. Before I do that, because I don't speak German, which is the language we're going to be working in, I'm going to make the adjustment to my chart of accounts. So here I have a balance sheet that is filtered to the German subsidiary, and I've highlighted the undeposited funds account. So in this example, I'm going to translate undeposited funds into German so that when I view this balance sheet, after I have changed my localization preference, I will be able to see the account name translated into German. So I have the 1090 undeposited accounts fund. Let's see, I'll pull it up here. I'm going to hit edit, and I've used Google Translate to translate the words undeposited funds into German. And in this very first subtab, localization, I'm going to set my language and set the name. So if I wanted to set this account to be displayed in multiple languages, I would just pick each language that I had defined within my general preferences. And then I would be able to set distinct names for each language. So I'm going to save. And then I will refresh this. And what you'll notice is that nothing will have changed. So it still says undeposited funds, even if I change the subsidiary to Germany. And that's because my environment is not set to be localized. So I'm still viewing the environment in English. So what I'm going to do is go back to my Set Preferences tab and change the language to German. There we go. And then I'll save. So what you'll notice is when it refreshes, now everything is in German, or at least the things that can be translated are in German. Now, if I refresh my balance sheet, I can see that my 1090 account is showing with the German name that I had entered. So it is following the localization settings that I set up specifically at the account level. All of the other accounts are still remaining in English because they have not had their localized names entered on the individual accounts. So at this point, I'm going to change it back to English. And I will refresh. And as soon as I do, my 1090 account will return to being displayed as undeposited funds. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I think that's a very handy feature, especially when you're dealing with trying to report in the local language, meeting the requirements of whatever entities you need to do any sort of financial reporting to. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching.